Exmortis 2 facts. Turn the lights down and the sound up for maximum atmosphere. Some sounds used in the game were obtained from actual EVP recordings. Some images within this game are taken from real haunted locations around Australia. Whilst this story stands on its own, certain elements from the original game are referred to within. Please visit Newgrounds.com to refresh your memory. Certain scenes are very CPU intensive. Full screen mode is not recommended above resolutions of 800 by 600. Due to graphic content and profanity, this title is not recommended for children. Anyway. So we're back at it again with Exmortis 2, also by Ben Leffler. So, after playing the first one, might as well play the second one, probably the third one, you know, the usual. Again, this was made by a singular guy, so we're going to see how well Mr. Leffler does, well, I assume it's Mr. Leffler, does on the second one of Exmortis. Should prove interesting. Although 800 by 600 is quite an understatement because I am currently playing on a 4K monitor, so our CPU may burst into flames by the end of this. Let's see. The hordes of Exmortis swept across the earth, a plague unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. In their final stand, a handful of mankind's last survivors stood their ground defiant of their inevitable fate. And in those last moments as death took those brave souls, a stranger passing in the distance put his plans in motion. Where is your god now? Well, apparently it's at the rendezvous point. Story leads inside. I only hope that beyond its darkness I will find some survivors of the battle with Exmortis. This abandoned church was to be the resistance rendezvous point after the final stand against Exmortis. Cross used to be a symbol of hope. Now it is nothing but a reminder of humanity's foolishness to have held such pointless faith. An old automobile is rather awkwardly placed next to the church. And someone has written, "Where is your God now?" When the Exmortis emerged, faith in our religions quickly turned into spiritual resentment. Well, might as well go in the church. This looks like a set of old... Holy shit, there may be nothing living left in here, but I am definitely not alone. It isn't of Exmortis, though. I would be dead by now if it was. Whatever it was that just walked in, it entered this confessional booth, and it doesn't seem to want to let me in this particular booth. Sure, might as well go on the empty side. Window looks through to the other booth. Whoever is in the other booth is looking at me. What could he want?
Mr. Hannay, please sit, for my time here is limited. I take it the battle didn't go as planned. An unfortunate inevitability, I'm afraid. Nevertheless, it has aided and allowed me the passage I required to make contact with you. The Exmortis know you're here, so I must be brief. All might seem lost to you in this dark hour, however, I am here to bring you hope when you have none. I have here with me a parchment which you will do well to read carefully. The knowledge within its pages will shed light on your path towards removing the scourge and allowing mortal man to begin rebuilding. I don't doubt that you are wondering if I am trustworthy or not. However, at this point, neither you nor the remaining fragments of humanity have anything left to forfeit. I'm afraid mankind's fate rests on your next course of action. For your sake, I hope you make the right choice.
We're fucked. I never make the right choices. Door now seems to be working okay. If the Exmortis really do know that I am here, I should be making a quick exit before they arrive. Well, he said I should probably read this. Prophecy of the Hand. One night I dreamed. A darkness once dormant, patiently waiting, was now emerging from the shadows. A light growing brighter from beyond a dark chasm, wrapping around a pillar stained with ancient symbols. Many millions of shrieks and screams engulfed me where I stood until I felt the burn rise up from the floor and it too consumed me. My soul ripped from my shell was flattened and became a pathway. It became a link between the ancient world and my reality. Unspeakable monstrosities crossed over and began devouring every living thing. And then a fiend of unspeakable size and malevolence looked at me and smiled as it crossed into my world. He introduced himself as the Ancient of Exmortis, Valeu. I could see myself, a tattered, broken man suddenly imbued with an insatiable power. I felt a sudden drive to destroy all that I knew, and return it all to how it used to be before light and life. I saw myself become the hand of Exmortis. I saw what was, what is, and what will be. I then saw a strange dagger plunge deep into me, a man holding it, a mere mortal, and something else in the shadows. But then the darkness took me as I fell to my knees and the pathway crumbled, my soul lost forever. I don't dare to dream again for fear of what other horrors await. Property of Lockyer Fields Ranch. Well, know where I need to go now. Apparently the ranch. Oh fuck, those fast-moving clouds can only mean one thing. They're coming for me, and it's not for a chat. I don't have time to waste. Well, this sticks out really, really obviously here. Running is not going to help. The Exmortis will be on me like a flash. I wouldn't last 30 seconds. Fuck, 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 think, fool, think! Can I just, like... How do I... Oop, didn't mean to right click. I think I need to click. I think I'm dead. I can't really click on the truck, though. Oh well. Guess we'll see this death scene. Look at that little tiny guy up on that house. Okay. Well, we'll get back there really shortly. Okay, let's see about getting into this damn truck this time. Maybe, possibly. Oh, there were keys in the... Okay. Keys were below the deck. Got it. Oh well, I'm all for seeing a death scene. It's pretty cool. Xavier's Legacy. Xavier was the guy from the first one. This is the Lockyer Fields Ranch the document from the church led me to. What possible significance could this place have in the scheme of things? Door leads inside. I don't know what waits for me inside, or what I'm even looking for. I've got a feeling I won't have long to wait long to find out. Picture frame fell off the wall when the door slammed shut behind me. Well, you don't say. This double set of doors leads to into the adjacent hall, if my take on the place from outside is correct. This door is somewhat dissimilar to the one on my right, but it seems to be in working order. Light streaming from under the door. I could have sworn that I saw a silhouette walk by. Yeah, sounds about right. Panel for the crawl space has been pulled off and propped against the corridor wall. Strange. It's too dark to see anything in the shaft. I better not push forward without knowing where I'm going. Gotcha. Oh my god, a dead guy. Fuck, that poor bastard had his eyes, arms, legs, and heart ripped from him. Only the Exmortis are capable of this kind of cruelty. You got any stuff on him? One of those Sudoku puzzles sits on the table here. They used to be all the rage, but I never really got hooked. 3 inner squares of the puzzle are highlighted. Is Sudoku, like, copyrighted, or was that just misspelled on accident? So we need to figure out the 3 inner ones here? That's okay-ish. Let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8 in the middle that we can solve for. So 1 can't go on the left, 8 can go there. This is going to be a thing. Let's see, 3 has to go here because it can't go anywhere else, because it can't go up in the top left, it can't go in the top right because of the left-hand box 3, and it can't go in the bottom row because the right-hand 3. So 3 has to go in the middle. 1 can't go on the left, but it can go in either in the right, so that doesn't work. Let's see, 4. No, that wouldn't work. Let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 6, and 8 left. 6 can't go on the right. So that would be 7. Honestly, I guess I can just kind of solve for this. Like the everything couldn't really hurt. That way I just know where things go. Let's see. 1 can't go there, 1 can't go there. What am I working with here? Let's see these real quick. 5, 5, 5, 5. 5 can go only here. See, 2 can't go there. This is something. 2 can't go in the top, or can only go in the top there, so 2 has to go here. That would mean 2 has to go here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 can only go here. Because the way in Sudoku it works, you also have a line which can only have 1 through 9, so it doesn't work any other way. And that would make this last number in this line 6. So then that would make this one right here 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 9. Okay. So the line down in the, or the second from the first from the bottom. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 has to go here because it can't go in the left box, or the bottom left box, because it already has 4 in it. We can't put another 4 like here, so that doesn't work. So then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 can go in either. 6 can go in either, so we're stuck there. Let's see, what else can we do here? 1 can't go in anywhere in this one, so 1 has to go here. So that would leave us down here with 2 and 9. 9 has to go here, 2 has to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 has to go in the bottom right, 6 goes here. So if 8's there, 6 there. So then we have 1, 2, 3 has to go here. 6, 7. 7 has to go in the middle. Okay. So then from here we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 can go in either. 6. 6 can go in either. What else do we have? 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Need to figure out 3 1 in here, but let's see, 1 can't go on the right. I need to figure out the 1s, I think, first of all. Because in the middle box, we have 1, 4, 6, and 8 that we need to figure out. Because they're messing that up. So 1, 4, 6, and 8. 8 has to go in the top middle, has to go in the left box or the top right box. Let's see. What else do we have? Can't put a 1 there. We could put a 1 there. Actually, 1 has to go here. Because the bottom left has a 1 in the top, and the top left box has a 1 over on the left side. So 1 has to go here in this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 can't go in the top, so 5 has to go here. That means 6 goes here. That would make 6 go here. Then that would make 6 go here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has to go here because that completes that line. And 1, 2, 2 has to go here. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has to go in the middle. Then 4 has to go here. Okay. Then that would make this one be 8 right here. So that would mean 8 has to go here. So then from there we have 1 has to go right here because it's covered in the middle by the left-hand box and on the right and the left by the top and bottom right-hand boxes. So that completes that. 1 has to go here. So we have 8, 3, 1 on those. What exactly that does for us, I don't know, but now we know 8, 3, 1. Door at the end of the corridor seems to be unlocked, but is being blocked from the other side by something. Nice. Assortment of children's clothes, coats, and jumpers hang in the closet. As much as I need a fresh set of clothes that aren't covered in blood, I doubt anything here fits me. Toolbox on the floor. It has a small padlock on it. So this is probably the 831. Yeah. Neat. Good to know I don't suck completely at Sudoku. See nothing of immediate use in here. Oh. I guess we need to figure out a tool we can use. Well, hello, Spoopy. Alright. Clearly there's some kind of entity in this house that doesn't agree with my presence here. Nevertheless, the door just doesn't want to budge open. Sure, let's just go checking every room. Naked female corpse on the bed has a massive hole in her chest. Well, that's just unfortunate. Sheets on the bed are soaked with the blood of this poor woman. How do you know? Maybe she just spilt some juice or something. I don't know. Oh, wow. Children. No matter how many times I bear witness to such inhumanities, I just can't get used to it. The Exmortis must have swept through here recently. Well, I'm just going to take this lighter. You guys keep enjoying your hide-and-seek ghost sheets. Whatever all this blood is from is probably behind the shower curtain. Yeah, fuck it, I'm a fan of horror movies, let's open it. Oh my god, there's more blood. Blood is stained with blood of a recent kill, but whoever's blood this is, it's no longer in the tub. Nice. Seems the water supply to this place is still functional, the tap seems to be working just fine. Whoop, you here now? What about now? No? Okay. Well, I haven't gone in this one. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. Haven't gone in this one. Oh my god, she's dead. Anyways, It's a corkboard hanging on the wall here. It is covered in newspaper clippings of recent events, probably right up until the press stopped running at least. No hope. Someone has scrawled no hope in what looks like blood. Japan and China demolished, millions more dead. America at war, nukes failed to stop Exmortis. Bloodbath. UN where offensive backfires. State of anarchy. Washington in flames. Oh wait, it always does that. Infantry mobilized, martial law declared. Major cities under siege. Exmortis Judgment Day. Vatican City devastation. 500 killed as township of New Hunter burns. Mass murder. Red sky approaching storm. Assailants named. Exmortis inhuman. United Nations to forge consolidated force. I'm just gonna take this here. Key of no hope. I'm going to assume I can't open this. Yeah. Well, I have a lighter now, so what's gonna be in here? Ah, spooky JPEG. Anyway.
I've tasted your soul.
I bet it tastes like bacon.
Light in a time of such darkness. Yours is a just nice spent eternity engineer. My name is Savior. Pay reverence to my word.
Gotcha. The shaft takes a turn to the right, further up ahead. Neat. Vent is fastened to the wall too tightly to remove the screws with my fingers. Well, I know what we can find in that there toolbox. Screwdriver. Yoink. 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 Quadra kill. Oh my god, a dead guy. Body of a man slumped over the table. From here it looks like a self-inflicted gun wound did the damage. Well, don't mind me, I'm just gonna take that. It's just the kitchen sink, there's nothing special in it from the looks of it. Door leads outside, to the back of this place. Things probably won't be any safer outside than it is here. Door leads to the cellar is currently closed. The key I have fits perfectly into its lock. Sure, let's just go down into the cellar. Why the fuck not? Large polymer bottle on the ground here is empty, but from the smell of it, it probably once was filled with petroleum. Neat. Hot water tank and gas cylinder sit at the far end of the cellar. Unfortunately, a warm shower is out of the question, as both units are no longer functional. Battery-powered CB radio sits on the table against the wall. Testing, do you No, I'm kidding. I would assume I really can't do anything with this. Oh. I guess the power button would have been a good first guess, huh? I think this guy might be on the wrong channel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're dead. Anyways. Let's keep checking. Well, that was fun. Where to next? Oh, more reading. Let's see if this is going to make me read in Latin. I am very screwed. Vetus hostilis ex mortis. My dear reader, many years have passed since I cast my thoughts to the memories of my demons, for my story is one of captive torment. years of tortured labor to stay one step ahead of the constant threat of lunacy. Indeed, I pain to recall the torment endured for those years around the end of my young daughter Gwen's life, for she was lost to my blade, and it pains me deeply, however, as much as my hand was forced by them. My captors, yes, the demons that haunted my house, the possession of my poor daughter. They turned her into a puppet, held her soul for ransom in return for a translation of the text titled The Book of Exmortis. Of course, I did as they wanted. However, I fear that such work will come with dire consequences. If not for I, then certainly for mankind. When they returned her to me for a mere minute, only to take her away from me again, I realized that Gwen was gone, and never to return. I suppose in a way, I wasn't killing my daughter, I was killing the demons that took hold of her. I digress. My purpose for penning the text is not to alleviate the pained memories I carry with me, nor is it to gain unwarranted sympathy for my eternal plight. I ultimately utilized this medium to serve a dire warning to whatever years of humanity we as a species have left on this earth. An unspeakable evil resides in the hills not half a day's trek from my current abode here in Lockyer Fields. I have witnessed firsthand that the cruelty of the entities I have come to know as the Exmortis. I can only further elaborate on the threat these beings pose upon humanity once I summarize the nature of the beast. To understand the history of one's enemy is to be one step closer to salvation. The following is a summation of the Book of Exmortis. The Ancient Dominion War. In a time before life and light, corporeal beings did roam our lands, ruling over these smaller and less powerful sentients. These fiends of great power and might were many in numbers, but their greed to exert their dominion over others saw the lands bathed in permanent blood-stained hue of war. Many ancients and lesser sentients were slaughtered in the resulting conflicts. Eventually only 3 ruling beings remained. The merciless it's probably like Kfafta. Lord Kfafta held rule over a vast army of sentients. Having single-handedly delivered the death blow to the majority of opposing ancients, his power was only exceeded by his hunger for total control and the effective purging of his enemies. The manipulator Vleyu. While Lord Vleyu's armies were by no means comparable in size to his opponents, they fought with a great ferocity and unwavering loyalty to his rule. It was the belief that he had a gift of influence over others that made it almost impossible to remove oneself from his service. He was considered the general's general. The tactician Azrael. Lord Azrael's armies were slightly smaller than those of Kafta, and he was in no manner as influential as his brother Vleyu. However, he was created as a ruler and a master tactician. If there was a way of turning the tide of victory against an aggressor, Azrael would carry it out effectively. The age-old war continued to rage on between the 3 remaining ancients, but the tide had turned in a final assault on Vleyu's loyal armies. Azrael being the master tactician, had realized that the inevitable victory here leading to the eventual confrontation with Kfafta's forces would result in defeat. Kfafta's armies were where the hell did I even pull that from? Armies were numerous, and the only way for him to be defeated would be work with Vleyu's I'm just having a freaking moment. Would be to work with Vleyu against the greater enemy. In the wake of destruction, Vleyu's last bastion, Azrael had his brother captured, but instead of disposing of him, he asked of him to lead their consolidated armies against the mighty forces of Kfafta. Vleyu had no choice but to agree, and led Azrael's armies he did. It was the bloodiest battle to have ever been fought, and eventually Lord Vleyu plunged his sword deep in the heart of Kfafta. His life force stolen from him, Kfafta crumbled and perished. Vleyu had won complete control of the Earth realm for Azrael to rule over. However, Lord Azrael had learnt from the history of the ancients before him and had decided to have Vleyu destroyed before he could carry out the inevitable treacherous challenge to his rule. But what he did not count on was the extent of Vleyu's influence on his armies. Azrael was soon deposed from his throne, and Vleyu destroyed his corporeal form to assume control of his new consolidated dominion. Emergence of the Exmortis. Over many millennium, Lord Vleu ruled with an iron fist over all sentience. None would dare oppose his word, but in time his power of influence diminished, and a factor of lesser beings had his corporeal form destroyed, and his ethereal form banished to roam the lands forever as an earthbound entity. Vleu diminished greatly in power and was doomed to be unable to physically affect the world around him. However, he still had many followers to which he spiritually combined his life force when they were too stripped of their corporeal form. The Legion of Exmortis was born, and over the course of millions of years did it grow stronger and work towards regaining the power of influence and totalitarian control of the Earth realm. I don't know why I can't say totalitarian. It's just killing me. The Soul Bearers. Over the millions of years following Vleu's removal, the Earth took on a different look. The grounds turned green and lush with vegetation, while the sky was no longer stained with blood of the ancient Dominion War. Strange beasts appeared on the lands and in the oceans, but the most significant of these creatures to emerge was man. For it seemed that these fragile beings possessed a gift. It was a gift that would grant them with great power over the roaming malevolent demons and spirits of the ancient world. Man was born with a soul. Over many thousands of years, man destroyed the remaining evil Earth realm sentients and entities. The scores of entities that had survived the Earth's metamorphosis had been destroyed forever, but unbeknownst to man, the powerful Exmortis lay dormant, surviving through their strength in numbers and reveling in the wisdom of their ancient leader, Lord Vleu. The Hand of Death. The blood of 5 innocent soul-bearers, marked with the symbols of the ancient Vleu, has the power to bridge the gap between the ethereal plane of existence and the earth as dominated by man and beast today. The influenced man shall become the hand, his soul the pathway, and the source of strength for the demonic horde. The Book of Exmortis, in its original Aramaic form, went on to detail the further ritualistic orientation of the link between our world and the spiritual plane, described quite frequently as the ancient land. I dare not put pen to paper again for the reproduction of the incantation of the hand for fear of my tainted soul. Following the tragedy that was my daughter Gwen, I was felt compelled to continue my work looking for an answer to this evil. I spent day after day translating more and more ancient occult texts pertaining to the dark arts which surround these entities. For years I worked through each book of the archaic collection until I came across a precious find. Imagine my surprise when I located a text which could lend to the downfall of the Dominion of Exmortis. It was a text that I dared not translate whilst in the captivity of that isolated abode for fear of exposing to them my knowledge of the script titled Vetus Adversaris, translated the ancient adversary. Over time I worked to shake their attention. When finally I broke free, I fled the wilderness and returned to civilization, eventually relocating here to a beautiful Lock-Ear Fields homestead. It was here that I began to unravel the work I was forced to complete for the demonic Exmortis. I had managed to escape with the one text that could aid me in my pursuit to right the wrong that I had been an integral part of. Within the pages of Vetus Adversaris, I had discovered many great things. Most important of all is that the source of the demon's power was also their weakness. The man who will become the hand, his soul is the pathway between the spirit world and our own. Sever the hand and the link is broken. From Vetus Adversaris, the door was unlocked by the blood of 5, protected by fiends once dead, now alive. Circled by blood from the dark ancient rite, the mortal man makes the ultimate sacrifice. A weapon of fire takes a 5th for its own, creating a path to where the dark spirits roam. His soul will pass through the ethereal gate. Beyond it lies his God-given fate. A dagger of faith shall sever the hand, mortally pierced by the soul-bearing man. The light of the path cut off from the land, reducing the scourge to fire, ash, and sand. For many years I have studied this passage from every possible angle. I have noted that the blood of the 5 is once again prominent in creating the link between our physical world and the spirit realm. But what of this mortal man's ultimate sacrifice? What of this dagger that the passage speaks of? And who is the man that the script references? I cannot answer these questions, but I am certain all will become clear when the time is right. All I can do is make available the tools required for our Savior to rid the land of this plague when it inevitably comes to be. I know now that this is my purpose in what little years of life I have remaining. Now, more than ever, I believe that within our faith, we will find the answer. The Cyril of Life, portal to the spirit realm by the act of ultimate sacrifice involving the use of the weapon of fire. Okay, that was a hell of a read. I don't think we really have much else that we can do. There's a shitload of books and stuff, but that's about it. Oh shit, the Exmortis are getting closer. I don't have much time. I better get back to the house and figure out where to go from there quickly. Well, guess we'll just figure it out. Is this open yet? No? Okay, well. Fuck that guy. Roof's been ripped up. Where do I want to go exactly? Don't know. At least from this point. I feel like I need, like, the dagger or something? Like, where would that be? Yeah, that boy's just dead. Surprising. Maybe I can check the other rooms. Yeah, she's dead, of course. Kids are dead. Not surprising. What can I really do now? Is the question. And mothballs. Do I need something down here? Like, did I miss something? I feel like there's not much else I can really get at. I would assume there's something. No, don't need the book. Leave the book. Glad I forked over the money to have my house done by professionals. Yeah, I'm sure you are, considering your house probably doesn't exist anymore. So, nice work there. I guess there's not really much else we can do here. There is also a big-ass spider crawling on my wall. Like, goddamn. Get down from there. The window looks out to the north. There's not much to see, with the exception to numerous rotting animal carcasses littering the field. Well, that's good. Fantastic. I've already done that. I don't need that. Seems to be a very old portrait of a man and small girl, perhaps previous occupant of this place. What else can I do now? Can I shoot the door open? Yeah, no, I get it. They're dead. Did I miss a page in the book or something? I feel like I missed something. Doop, 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 doop. No? Still the cereal of life. The cereal of life. What am I missing? It's gotta be something, because he talks about prepping to get stuff. Is there like a book or something anywhere? Well, that's just cool. Anyways, about that there dagger that he spoke of, and other things that he is apparently preparing for me. Rear this place looks torn up as the front does. One hell of a horde of creatures must have torn this place up in a frenzy recently. Nice. Good stuff. Urn is filled with what I assume to be ashes of the former resident here. Charles is engraved on its exterior. Well, poor Charles. Oh, that was just the sink activating. I was like, am I going to die? Was that the moans of the damned? Am I screwed? Wouldn't surprise me. What exactly do I need to do then? Ah, haunted toilet! Set of blinds pulls down. A set of pull-down blinds hangs in front of these windows. Weird. Can I just, like, not do anything with the door down there? Yeah, she's still dead. I don't think that's gonna change. Well, I got the key to the basement. I got the gun. Lord knows I like my gun. Is there, like, a way to get out of here? Like, can I just hoof it? Like, where am I supposed to be going? No? Not really much indicating anything in here. The only thing is this book, but I can't really do anything with it. He does indicate and give me, like, he indicates that he's collected stuff to give, but he didn't really give an idea of where, what, or how. So, don't really know what to do with that information. Unless there is like a dagger or something just kind of chilling somewhere, or I'm missing something, like tiny little pixely thing somewhere. You hiding it, dead guy? No. No, he's not. Pretty sure he's just dead. And that's about it. There's no, like, attic or anything up here like I did in the first one. I can't really do anything with the end of the hallway. This lady is still just dead, which, that's cool. Suspicious looking Bible inside, okay. With this dagger sever the link and the demon horde will fall. Within your fate lies the answer. Strange looking dagger was hidden inside this Bible. Within our faith we will find the answer. It all makes sense now. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. All makes sense. Fine. Dandy. Fantastic. Apparition of Xavier Rayum stands in the doorway at the end of the hall. I better follow him quickly. The Exmortis are almost here. Sure, let's just follow the fucking ghost. Why not? Makes sense. Sacrifice is written in blood on the wall. What is the sacrifice I have to make? I don't have much time to figure it out. Wooden chair sits in the middle of the ceremony circle. I guess I'm supposed to sit here, but what am I supposed to do? What is the sacrifice I have to make? Oh, I can think of something. Weapon of fire. This gun has taken 4 innocent lives. Oh, fuck. I have to take my own life with this gun to open the portal? That's the ultimate sacrifice? I'm the 5th innocent? Yes. Let's do it. I'm game. Talk about the hardest of hardballs into left field. Dominion. Okay then. This is amazing. Never could I have imagined that a world such as this existed. It's just empty space as far as the eye can see. I can imagine spending eternity here. It appears to be some kind of beacon floating in the strange netherworld. There is a familiar looking ring of symbols orbiting around its axis. Symbols. Weird. Okay, so we just need to light them up with the ring around them. However that works. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I'm a professional at it, so we'll just pretend I know, like, what the hell I'm doing. Weird. It, like, passes it down or something? How does that work? I guess once I activate them, they just kind of activate. Huh. This is probably like the graphically intense part that I was talking about. Okay, how does this one work, though? Like, how? This is bizarre. It's not really like, it doesn't really indicate how exactly these work. But I do get close with that. It seems like it wants to power these up. Hang on. Because this one at the top left with the ring on it needed to have 2 beams going to this one to light that one up. So how exactly do I make that work? That sends 2 beams to that one. How do I make this work in such a way where it sends 2 beams? That does that. I mean, that sends 2 beams there, but this is weird. Like, I just have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I'll be the first to admit, I'm basically just clicking on things and seeing if it works. So I get this first one, like it needs 2 lines to activate that one right here. But what exactly am I doing with that information? Do I need to go down that way? Like, well, that activates that. But how and why? I don't know. Not really sure I'm understanding the homework assignment here, Teach. It's really weird. That one just needs to be off before I can activate it. Then we need to manage to get that one. If that one's off, then it activates. So I get it down to there, but hang on. Can I do that again? Switch it down to that way? Yeah, then that turns that one. Happens if I... No, that turns that off. This is fucking weird. Almost. I just need to get that one to move the hell over. Can I do it like this and then this? No? How does that work? If I turn that off, then that just stops working. How do I get this last one to be 2? It's bizarre. No, that turns that off. Is there like any way to make that one? No. Well, that turns that. But if I do anything there, that turns that one off. Somebody send help. I need an exorcist and a tailor. Is it when it disconnects that it moves? That seems like the case. So if I do this, then it connects. Do that, it connects. How do I make this one like, hold up. Do I need to have one there, then do this, send that down, do this? I think I'm getting it, kind of. Maybe? So, whenever they're not linked, and then the thing goes to them, it seems to connect, but whenever they do link, that's whenever shit kinda messes up. But how do I make that work to my advantage? Because if I hit the bottom left one here, or the bottom right one here right now, it should hop to that back one. And it does. But then I need to get that one on the bottom right lit up, which if I try to disconnect it, it just disconnects, but I can do that. But if I keep it that way, then it just doesn't work. Like, that'll kill the light to that one. So it's kind of a bitch to get it working. Like, what exactly is the operation that we want to do here? Because I can get it to the back one. It's this second one, like bottom right one here, that's kind of the bastard. And then if I shut that one off, it just depowers them both. Can I, like, do this, maybe? Is there a way to do both of these without killing the back one? How does this work? Like, getting it to this one is going to be the problem. But I can't do that one without knocking out the back one there. Which apparently I can, but this one is, like, always connected. So it's kind of weird. Okay. So then if I do this, how do I disconnect this one, though, without knocking out the other two? Because if I disconnect that, then it knocks that out. How do I make this work? Like, I can get it there, but that doesn't want to work then. How do I get it to this one? Can I just, like... Hang on. Can I, like, knock that one out for a second? No? It doesn't work like that. How do I get this one to knock out? So I need to have it something like this, but then I need to disconnect this one in order to get the light onto it. But then if I do that, then it disconnects from the bottom one as well. So that doesn't really work. Can I, like, turn this off, turn this off, and then connect it? No? That doesn't really work like that. Like, if I turn this one off, it turns off both connections, which I don't really want. If I turn this one on, then it just doesn't work. Because no matter which way I put that one, it's not going to do it. But I can't put that onto this one because these two are going to need connected. So basically what I'm trying to figure out is this bottom left one here needs to go out so I can connect and get the ring on it. But I don't know how I can do that to get it to work like that. Because basically I need to get this one connected up, that one connected up, and that connects that. That's fine, that's whatever, that's dandy. But I need to get it out to here, and then I need to get it over. It's kind of weird figuring out how this would work exactly. So I can get it down to there. It's not really the problem. but getting it to there is another thing entirely. Like, how do I do this in such a way to where I can make it work, power it? Like, I can easily do that. I know how to get it to the end of the chain. The problem is just getting it to that third one after the fact. So if I do it the way I've been doing it, which is deactivating all the chains and then sending it, it doesn't really work. Can I just like stop that, stop this, send it over, and then reactivate this, or no? Like, how am I doing this in such a way to where I can break the chain but then not? Okay, so if I hit this one, it activates. If I hit this one, it activates both of them. So they work like a switch, kind of. So if I hit this one, hit this one, hit this one, it deactivates those. So it's kind of like toggling a light switch, but this isn't off, so it stays. But if I do this, this, then this, if I turn this one on, does it stay? No. It disappears whenever I do that. But if I turn this off, that apparently comes back. How does that work? If I take... Huh? How does that work? That confuses me even more now as to how that works. I don't quite understand just what the hell happened with that. What exactly is going on with how these work? Like, I get the concept, but the whole idea is weird. Like, is it literally just transporting the light rings to where I'm clicking, or how does this work? Because there's the whole tether thing, but at the same time, I have no idea exactly what it's doing. Maybe there's just like a specific... Fucking, I have no idea what I just did. So, just so nobody has any problems like I do, I actually studied this puzzle for about a good 30 minutes just to determine what the hell exactly was happening, but the shortest combination that I could find was the one that is currently being shown, just to save somebody the heartache later on. So, yeah, if you need help with the puzzle at all for this one, here is the easy solution on the screen. So, there you go. I'm just winging that shit. Symbols mean what was, what is, and what will be. The last two read Ancient Dominion. I don't know how I can read them. I just can. Maybe this is the place. Maybe it's this place. Doorway back to the Earth realm. So this is how Exmortis are recorporealizing and flooding across the planet. Well, here goes nothing. Sure, fuck it, let's just go. Okay, well. Hello, Mr. Jeepers Creepers guy. And John Carpenter-esque synth music. Oh my god, a dead guy. And a hand. Long dead corpse is slumped against the wall. Empty shell casings rest in his lap. It must have been one hell of a last stand. What a way to go. That's neat. Well, I'm gonna go down the tunnel. And now I got a gun. Bring it. I think my gun was empty. Excuse me, sir, do you have any bullets that I can use? Empty shell casings rest in his lap. So... do I need to, like, reload? Maybe I need to hit, like, R or something to reload. I feel like I need to probably reload, but at the same time, it's not very clear on what I'm doing with that. What? What is going on? Like, is there something here that I need? Like, what is happening? Do you have something? Do I need to, like, grab bullets? Box half full of bullets. Okay, so I clicked the shit out of the box, but did I get any? Is the question. Apparently I did. Don't make me dirty Harry your ass. Well, interesting enough. This has got to be the hand of Exmortis. All I have to do now is use this dagger and we'll all be over. I hope. Stabby stabby. Yeah, stab the pixely man. So apparently you did have to get the box of bullets on the floor, otherwise you just die. Neat. Tunnel seems to stretch on forever into the darkness, but I have nothing left to fear. I've finished what I came here to do, and now I venture onwards into the unknown. And there's only a lot of dead people. Another tunnel stretches off into the darkness ahead. I have no idea where I am, and no known way of telling how long this tunnel system goes for. Yep, same spiel. Just keep walking. Very faint trace of light creeps over the crest here. I think I'm close to getting out of here finally. Finally found the exit, but a familiar figure blocks the doorway. It suddenly occurs to me that this is the entity I spoke to in the church. I've got so many questions for him.
Oh, Mr. Hannay. How good it is to see you again.
He's got a very
synthetic
kind of voice.
Something the combined forces of humanity could not. I must admit, when we last met in the church, I was unsure if you were the right person for the job. However, it seems my faith in you wasn't misplaced after all. Your actions have paved the way for a prosperous new age. Which reminds me, I must also remember to thank Xavier for his role in this. How is he, anyway? Still moaning about losing his little whore of a daughter?
Well then, he seems like a good guy.
Complicated, yet once again I find myself surprised in the ease at which your mind can be manipulated. Much easier than my former brethren within the Exmortis. Why the look of surprise? Surely you must have had some suspicions that I, Lord Blay, was the one who sent you upon this path. Calm now, child. My fellow Exmortis deposed me as their leader many eons ago. Wouldn't it be rather unwise to put myself in a position for the same inevitable treachery to take place? Only now do you realize I needed you to remove my enemies and clear the path for my return to rule over a world which has always been
we got played.
mine. And it certainly seems that you came through for me with flying colors. So, Mr. Hannay, for your role in this, I commend you. For your part in this, I applaud you. And for your help in this, I grant you a gift. A quick death.
Did Caleb from Blood just kill us by breaking our necks? Okay, well. We're certainly dead. But yeah, I mean, another Ben Leffler game. Another Exmortis down. Certainly not bad. Although the puzzle could have used the light puzzle could have used a little bit of splaining. In all honesty, that one was kind of a little iffy and sketchy. But Sudoku, I mean, super easy. I mean, as long as you played Sudoku, yeah, it's like whatever for that one. That one's been around for a while. The whole light puzzle, though, that one was a bit different. And yeah, Ben Leffler did a really good job on the second one. Again, it's one guy making games, so it's pretty good for what he had with it. And yeah, it was pretty great. I mean, it's just mainly there for story. There's not really like combat or anything, unless you count clicking demons running at the screen combat. But yeah, I mean, still pretty fun. Nice little atmospheric little game that came around quite a ways back, but it's just fun to play. So, you know, figured I'd play through them. But other than that, you can let me know what you guys think, and have a good one.